57 rejections, 57 reasons to give up, 57 times the world told him, "You're not good enough." But he didn't stop, and on the 58th try, he changed his life forever. This is the story of Ray. Fade in. A dusty street. A boy with callous hands helps his mother carry groceries. Ray grew up in a forgotten corner of the country, the kind of town where dreams don't grow. They rust, fade, and eventually disappear. He didn't come from wealth, or privilege, or luck. He came from late nights, early mornings, and hands that learned to work before they learned to write. By age 13, Ray was fixing lawn mowers. Not for fun, but to keep food on the table. His dad had left years ago. His mom worked 2 jobs. And Ray learned to survive. Cut to Ray sitting at a kitchen table, sketching something on an old notebook. He wasn't a genius. He wasn't top of his class. But he noticed things. Noticed how people struggled. How tools broke too easily. How the elderly had trouble fixing simple things. And he wondered, what if he could build something better? One night, watching his mom try to open a jar with aching hands, he grabbed a wrench, a belt buckle, and a rubber band, and made something that worked. It was ugly, clunky, but it worked. He didn't know it then, but that was the first seed of everything to come. Montage of Ray growing up, working part-time jobs, building small gadgets. Years passed. Life didn't get easier. He never made it to college, couldn't afford it. Took a job at a local hardware chain, unloading shipments, restocking tools he couldn't afford himself. But every spare hour, every quiet night he built. A night shot of Ray working alone in his garage, sweat dripping, tired but focused. That's when he came up with it. The GripMate. A single handheld tool that could replace 5 others, designed for people with weak grip strength, for DIYers, for anyone who just wanted something simple that worked. He built the prototype with spare parts and $4,200 in savings. It wasn't flashy, but it was real. Close up of the prototype, his hands holding it with pride. Ray was ready. He printed pitch folders, drew diagrams by hand, even borrowed a friend's suit for his first meeting. The first pitch was a disaster. Too risky. We don't invest in untested inventors. Come back when you have a patent and a market and a partner and a miracle. Sound fades into overlapping voices saying, "No, not interested." Sorry. But Ray kept going. Meeting 2, meeting 3, 5, 9, 14. Each time, a little more tired. Each time he adjusted, refined, improved, smiled, shook hands, walked out with empty pockets and a heavier heart. Cut to Ray at a gas station, staring at his last $10. By the 25th rejection, he started skipping meals. By the 32nd, he was late on rent. By the 41st, he stopped telling his friends what he was doing, too ashamed to admit he still believed. By the 50th, he started sleeping in his car. And by the 57th, he stopped believing, too. Ray sat silently in a parking lot. Dark. Rain tapping on the windshield. That night, he stared at the ceiling of his car for hours, the dashboard clock ticking. Every rejection playing in his head like a cruel loop. He wasn't dramatic. He didn't cry. He just sat in silence, empty, defeated. The music softens, a moment of stillness. But the next morning, something strange happened. He woke up, turned the ignition on, and opened his notebook. There was one more name, a small, independent hardware shop 3 hours away, run by an old guy named Jim, a store too small for investors to care about. Ray had scribbled it down weeks ago and forgotten about it. He stared at it, and then whispered to himself, one more. Footage of long roads, small towns, Ray walking into a dusty shop. Jim didn't wear a suit. He didn't ask for a pitch deck. He just looked at the tool. He tested it, fumbled with it, smirked a little. Then he said something Ray will never forget. "I'll take 20. Ray's eyes widened. He nodded slowly, stunned. That was it. The first, yes. Jim posted about it on his shop's Facebook page. A local DIY group picked it up. Then a small distributor in the next county. then a blog. Then it caught fire. Visual montage, orders coming in, boxes being packed, Ray smiling. In 3 months, Ray went from a guy with nothing to a guy filling orders for 50 stores. In a year, 1,200 stores. In 2 years, a nationwide brand. Cut to Ray standing on a small stage, giving a talk. He's holding his original prototype. Today, Ray speaks to young inventors, mentors creators who come from nothing, not because he made millions, but because he remembers what it felt like to have nothing and still show up. People ask him, "How did you do it?" And he always answers, "I didn't win because I was smarter, or better, or luckier. I won because I kept walking when the path disappeared." Close-up of Ray's notebook. Page 57 circled in red. Then page 58 circled twice. Because that's the truth no one tells you. You might not need 100 doors to open. You just need one. But you'll never reach it if you stop knocking. Final visual. Ray walking down a road, sunrise ahead. So, if you've been rejected, if you feel like quitting, remember this. Your yes might be closer than you think. Don't stop at 57. Your 58 could change everything.